Do you guys have any of these things in your pantry? I want to talk about some of these today. Not to shame anybody, because some people don't know what they're eating in these products. So I never ever want to shame anybody, but I do like to educate on this topic. So I think that when we know better, we do better, and we want to do better not just for ourselves, but also for our children. So I really love to talk to people about ingredients. And some of these might look familiar. You might have some in your pantry right now, no problem. But when we're done, I hope that I'm able to kind of open your eyes to a few things and help you become more aware of what it is that you're eating. So what I did, I got these yesterday, it was so weird for me to even buy this stuff because I've been using Wild Tree for 6 years now at least, and so I haven't bought any of this stuff in so long, and some of it was even worse than I remember. So I just want to go through a few of these things with you and just give you a comparison between what you might be getting at the grocery store, and I want to show you the Wild Tree version of it, and just kind of talk about the differences between them. Okay, so I'm just going to dive right in. Looks like I have some people joining me. Thank you for joining. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I'm not going to lie. I have a lot of things to go through here, so I hope you'll hang in there with me, and I hope that you'll share this too so that you can help educate other people. Okay. Hamburger helper. Let's start with this one. So this hamburger helper has canola oil and soybean oil. If you're not familiar with why you might want to avoid those oils, I would say do a quick Google search because I don't really have time to go into it in this video, but those are two bad oils that you don't need to be ingesting, okay? It also has sodium phosphate. That is an additive added to preserve and to thicken. It has monoglycerides. That is an additive to emulsify. And it has silicon dioxide, which is a caking agent, okay? Wild Tree's version of this is called lasagna skillet meal. This is a lasagna hamburger helper, so I'm showing you a lasagna skillet meal. We do have others. We have curry and other ones to choose from, but just for side-by-side comparison, I'm going to talk about the lasagna. So as far as the ingredients are concerned, you're going to see words that you know and understand, okay? So we're talking like milk, cheese, garlic, celery, salt, onion, basil, pepper, oregano, okay? So you see the difference here, right? As well, of course, we are certified organic, certified gluten-free, no GMOs, no MSG, no high fructose corn syrup, all that stuff, right? I know y'all have heard me say all that before. Okay, let's move on to taco seasoning. Let me find my little taco packet here. Taco seasoning is something that I used to make from scratch before I found Wild Tree, because I did know what was in it. So the first two ingredients are cornstarch and sugar. Most of us are trying to avoid sugar. There's no need for so much sugar to be added to things like this, right? So, and cornstarch being the first ingredient, what that tells me is they're bulking it up. So instead of spices that you would think of in taco seasoning, they're bulking it up with cornstarch and sugar to make it cheaper to produce, okay? It also has the canola and soybean oils. It has the silicon dioxide, just like the hamburger helper. And here's another thing, the sodium in one packet. Okay, so I looked at all the serving sizes and compared them side by side. And for one whole packet of this, it's 1,800 milligrams, okay? The Wild Tree taco seasoning, we have a small and a large, okay, is 400 milligrams of sodium. 1,800, 400, okay? Big difference in the sodium. And then of course also the ingredients. So let's see if my bad eyes can read the ingredients to you. We've got paprika, cumin, salt, onion, garlic, oregano, black pepper, cayenne, all or mostly organic ingredients. I think they're all organic. And it tastes amazing, guys. We love our taco seasoning. Now, I will say we add salt to a lot of these products as we're cooking with them because they are already really low in sodium, so sometimes you might miss that salty flavor. So I just sprinkle a little pink Himalayan salt as I'm cooking. No problem, you're not gonna add anywhere near what this stuff is already starting with. So don't stress if you wanna add a little bit of salt as you're cooking. All right, let's talk about spaghetti. Let me find my spaghetti packet here. All right. So a lot of people are probably buying jars. I wanted to compare the dry spaghetti seasoning packet because ours is a dry seasoning as well. So this is what I'm comparing here. The ingredients in this spaghetti packet, the first two ingredients, modified cornstarch and sugar. So what does that tell you? And let me say this too, they list ingredients in order of amounts used. So the first ingredient in the list means there's more of that than anything else. Okay, so modified cornstarch and sugar. The sodium, oh y'all, you're gonna die. The sodium in this packet is 2,050. The sodium in Wild Tree spaghetti, can you guess? Zero. Okay, huge difference in sodium. So, I mean, if you're walking around bloated all the time, you might want to check how much sodium intake you're getting in your foods. Not just if you're eating like fast food a lot, but even these types of things that you might be cooking with at home, okay? And then the sugar in this is 10 grams. That's not crazy high, but there's 0 sugar in ours, okay? And then as far as the ingredients, organic, let's see here, woo, my eyes, you guys, salt, garlic, oregano, celery, basil, parsley, baking soda, okay? So very clean spaghetti sauce seasoning. And if you're not familiar with this, all you do is add a tablespoon to a can of crushed tomatoes or tomato sauce. And you just heat it. It's just as easy as this or a jar and just as fast, okay? Let's move on to Sloppy Joe mix. Sloppy Joes. Kids love Sloppy Joes. I love Sloppy Joes. Sugar is the first ingredient in this Sloppy Joe packet. Cornstarch is the third ingredient. In the Wild Tree, you have organic onion, salt, tomato, garlic, let's see, ground mustard, paprika, cumin, black pepper. You get the idea, right? The Sloppy Joe also has almost twice as much sugar as the Wild Tree version. Okay, so twice as much, just about. All right, and this is delicious, by the way, too. You just add it to, you brown your meat and you need a little bit of tomato paste and water, and that's it. So again, the Wild Tree products, it's not like it's harder to cook with. It doesn't add time or effort. It's just as easy, it's just healthier, okay? Let's talk about ranch. Gosh, y'all, this one was even surprising for me. I mean, I knew it wasn't great. I didn't know how bad it was. So let's talk about this for a second. And this is the Wild Tree Ranch, okay? So in this box is a dry seasoning like this. And actually, I think there's 3 of them in here. Okay, the ranch. Hidden Valley, I hate to call it out, but I used to love it. I mean, it's yummy, I'm not gonna lie, it tastes good. Monosodium glutamate. It's a flavor enhancer. Do you know what that is? MSG. I know you've heard of MSG. It's linked to obesity, metabolic disorders, and it can have neurotoxic effects. MSG is the stuff that makes us crave that thing again. So, it's often in Chinese food, and you crave stuff like that, right? It's MSG. So bad. So no MSG in any Wild Tree products. It also has, let's see if I can pronounce this, carboxymethyl cellulose. That's a mouthful. If you can't pronounce it, if you don't know what it is, probably shouldn't be eating it, right? You also have probably heard of that as cellulose gum. A lot of times you'll see cellulose gum written as the ingredient instead. It's a stabilizer and a thickener. Guess what it's also used in? Laundry detergent and oil drilling. Like, Why is it in here? Why is it in here? Xanthan gum is another one you're going to find on this ingredient list. It's a binder, a stabilizer, and an emulsifier. It is not found in nature. It must be manufactured, okay? So comparing it to the Wild Tree ranch dressing, we have buttermilk, onion, salt, garlic, parsley, pepper, dill. Okay, big difference. And again with the sodium, you guys, sodium 1,840 milligrams, 560 milligrams. Okay, just as easy, you make it the same way. All right, let's talk again now about Italian salad dressing mix. Does anybody buy these? Probably similar to a lot of the bottles of Italian dressing too. I don't know. Again, I wanted to compare what I thought was most similar because ours is also a dry mix that you mix with oil and vinegar. So the Italian salad dressing mix, this one, the sugar is the first ingredient. It also has xanthan gum, which we talked about. It has soy, which is GMO soy, so unless it says non-GMO, when you see corn and soy and things like that, it's almost always going to be genetically modified, okay? And then the Italian salad dressing mix, we have salt, onion, red pepper, garlic, black pepper, basil, oregano, rosemary, okay? And the sodium in this is 2,640, the sodium in this is 1,200. So less than half on the sodium. And then finally, I want to talk about meatloaf mix. Okay, so Wild Tree, we have one called Just Like Mom's Meatloaf Mix. It comes in a box, kind of like this. I just didn't have the box. I just have a sample right now. But it's going to come in a box like this. And this one, brown sugar is the first ingredient. It has caramel color added. Caramel color, it's in a lot of sodas, like Coke has caramel color. It's really something that you want to avoid. It has been linked to cancer. It has been linked to increased blood pressure. And I didn't know this, I just learned this. It can actually, caramel color can cause allergic reactions for people who have gluten sensitivities, okay? The Wild Tree Just Like Mom's Meatloaf Mix, again, you make it the same way. Makes a 2-pound meatloaf. You just mix it in with, a couple of other ingredients. I can tell you right now, a little bit of milk and soy sauce and beef and egg, okay? It's organic oats, all organic, onion, garlic, pepper, parsley, and thyme. And the sodium on this is another big whopper, you guys. 3,000 milligrams of sodium. Guess how much this has? 0. Okay. Was that eye-opening for anybody, or do you all already know this? You might already know this. People who follow me, a lot of you are so schooled in this and educated in this anyway, but I'm hoping to share this with some people who aren't aware. So let me know if you have questions about this. I would so appreciate if you would share this. I'm going to post it in my IGTV so that it can be accessed later, and I'll pop it in my stories and on my feed too. So again, just keep in mind, Wild Tree, we have all these amazing certifications, so we don't just talk the talk, we really walk the walk. You don't have to guess, you don't have to worry. We are certified USDA certified organic, certified gluten-free. We have a Star K kosher certification. We have a safe quality foods stamp. And like I said earlier, you don't have to worry about any high fructose corn syrup or food dyes. I know a lot of people are trying to avoid food dyes with their children because it can cause like hyperactivity and attention problems and things like that. So no food dyes. We're also a peanut-free facility, no MSG. You get the drift, right? So I hope that you guys who are already Wild Tree lovers are loving your products. If you've never tried it, I would so love for you to try it. Our website is actually down today. We have a brand new website launching tomorrow. So I can share my link with you if you want to pop on tomorrow and check out our gorgeous new website. We have amazing menu planning features on there as well. We really don't want to just sell you a product. We really try to help people eat healthier, of course, but also figure out how to menu plan and figure out how to get organized so you can cook your meals at home and meal prep and all that. So that's a whole nother topic, but I do hope you'll check out the new website when it goes live tomorrow. The goal is tomorrow's Thursday, September 3rd, I think it is. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Send me a DM or something if you have any questions, or just let me know what you thought about this. Thanks. Bye-bye.